We are back yet again with another breakdown video. Now, usually when I do my breakdown videos, I let the whole video play out and then I go back and I break down or analyze or critique what it is that I saw. But not in this one. This one I'm going to be stopping and going from the jump. Reason being, because even though this video is 2 minutes and 20 seconds long, it's a lot of extreme language used in this, very hateful and derogatory and racist language used in this video that I do not want to have to hear it twice in one setting. And I'm sure y'all probably don't either. But what I'll do is I will leave the link of the video down in the pin in the comments. And if you want to watch it completely uninterrupted by what it is I have to say about it, be my guest. So some of you, or many of you, have probably seen the video already that I'm about to go over. And that's this Asian woman on this train, literally just going on a complete and extremely hateful racist tirade against black people, specifically black women. I have no idea where this tirade or this outburst of racism came from for her, or who she's really directing it to, and as far as specifics as like a particular black woman. But when you listen to what she says, it's like, did some black woman out there hurt her? Did her man leave her for a black woman, or whatever the case may be? But just listen to some of the stuff that she says, and she kicks off on the wrong foot. Like, it starts off bad and ends bad. Like, there's no breathing room really in here at all. And this happened in New York, by the way.
You like being called a nigger, right? That's because you act like a nigger, B-boy.
So you hear it right there. She says, you like being called a nigger. That's because you act like one. So when I'm listening to that part right there, I'm only assuming that whoever she's talking to is not black. And she said B-boy. When I think of B-boy, I'm like, is she talking to a PC man right now? Because she ain't talking to nobody black.
All right? You act like a nigger, B-boy. I said to stay the fuck away from me. I said it!
So we still don't know who she's talking to. Like, the person, whoever she's yelling at, is off camera. And by the way, for those of you who have never been to New York, this kind of element, these crazies are prevalent on some of these trains. And when people be sitting there right on the train, they be real calm because they're used to seeing this all the time. Maybe not what you're seeing right now, but you're in for a show. Let's just put it this way. You don't have to go to Broadway in New York to see a Broadway performance. You can just go right on one of these trains, or a few of them, and you'll see some Tony Award winning performances right there.
I wasn't talking to you, all right?
So now you have the PC guy walked up to her and basically said, can you please lower your voice? And now she's getting mad at him and telling him to mind his business.
Shut the fuck up.
And he's like, okay, it is what it is. Let me just back up. Like, hey, she ain't gonna listen to me. I'm just leaving it alone. I'm gonna go back to minding my business. And I got a question, because a lot of people seem to think that when it comes to ratchet behavior, that's only relegated to black women. Let me tell you right now, ratchet behavior is universal. This heifer right here is displaying immense levels of that. As you can see, she's being very loud, she's being belligerent, and she's being racist. Like, not one time in this video that you're watching will she ever speak in a low tone or in a calm tone. She's yelling the entire time.
I'm calling ugly black niggers the N-word.
Now listen to that. She says, I'm calling ugly black niggers the N-word. Now, catch that. She says the full word and then follows up with saying the N-word. Just let that sink in. Just let that sink in. So here we have this racist Asian woman right here. And this is going to be a bigger point that I'm going to drive home towards the end. And it's a point that I've been making for probably well over a year now. Huh? Did she? Hold on, let me run that back. It's hard to hear because the train is going through the tunnel, so the tracks are screeching, so it's kind of hard to hear. But it sounded like she said Barack and Sally Kemp. Who the hell are they? The only Barack we know of is 44. Like, that's the only Barack I'm familiar with ever in life. I don't know anyone outside of that person with that name. And she said Sally, his bitch, Sally Kemp. Last time I checked, his wife's name was Michelle. Who the hell is Sally Kemp?
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of ski sloping she been doing. Has she been ski sloping with Hunter Biden? That's what I like to know, because I think she might be on that stuff. But that's still no excuse for what she's saying. Just have to throw that in there.
Sally, shut the fuck up. I don't want to talk to you anymore. You're retard. You're mental retarded. You're mentally retarded.
She couldn't even get the whole words of mental retardation out. So she just had to go to say mentally retarded. Wow.
I don't want to fucking talk to you, Sally. Stay the fuck away from me. You're a fucking cunt.
Now she done call someone a cunt. If it's any word that PC women hate, is that word right there. You call any PC woman right there, man. Watch them turn into goddamn She-Hulk on your ass. They hate that word.
Okay, black vagina. I don't want to talk to black vagina anymore.
Now catch that. She says, I don't want to talk to black vagina. So now she's addressing a black woman. She says, I don't want to talk to black vagina anymore. I can honestly say in my 33 years on earth, have I ever heard someone refer to a black woman as black vagina? You've heard people say that they will mess with, screw. I'm just trying to keep it as mellow as I can from my commentary. You've heard people say that they will screw black vagina, and we know what they mean by that. But never have I heard someone says, let me rewind it back a little bit.
Fucking cunt. Okay, black vagina. I don't want to talk to black vagina.
I never heard someone say what she just said and saying, I don't want to talk to black vagina. As if that's the name of a person. She literally referred to this black woman, whoever she was addressing, by her vaginal region. That's what she referred to her as. At that point, if I was that black woman, she would have got the shit popped out of her. That has to be an ultimate form of disrespect right there.
You know who you are? You're a black vagina. Yeah, you are.
And then she called her a black vagina again. She should have came back at her and said, guess what? You're yellow vagina. What now? See, this is that point right here where you have to meet fire with fire. It just is what it is.
You know you're a black vagina. And everyone who fucks you, who fucks your black vagina, is a nigger.
Catch that. She says, and everyone who fucks your black vagina, you know who they are? They're a nigger. So, black men, white men, Asian men, Latino men, Hispanic, Dominican, Puerto Rican, any race of man, and by her logic, if you mess with black vagina, you're now a nigger. What does that sound like? Doesn't that sound like something that PC would say, especially back in the day, that especially if you were, let's just use a PC woman, for example, if she messed with a black man, they would call her the N-word lover. And you can flip that and say that if a white man messed with a black woman, then they would be calling him that N-word lover. That's basically what she said right here, but in a very vulgar and much more derogatory way.
It's an automatic nigger. Okay? Every man who fucks your black vagina is a nigger. What are you? A mediator? Huh? A peacemaker? Are you a peacemaker?
She's going viral.
I'm going to get a restraining order against Sally Kemp.
I'm still trying to figure out who the hell this Sally Kemp is. Because someone down in the chat or in the comment section, please tell me, let me know. Who the hell is Sally Kemp? I need to know.
Stalking me everywhere I go. Everywhere I go.
Got a gun. Could you talk crazy?
I'm talking.
So now we get a glimpse of the black woman she was talking to. So that's her right there with the wrap on her head. Well, that's not a wrap. It looked like her hair. At first, I thought it was a wrap, but it's just how her hair is styled.
Right? She has a black vagina. Does she have a black vagina? She is a black vagina. Okay? I told you to stay the fuck away from me, Barack. Stay the fuck away from me.
now she's saying, like, but she mentioned Barack again. So she keeps invoking this name of Barack and keeps saying this name Sally Kemp. It's almost as if that's like the only two black people, quote unquote, that she's familiar with, even though I have no clue who the hell Sally Kemp is. Again, I don't know who that is. For all we know, that person, Sally Kemp, does not exist.
Stay the fuck away from me, Sally. Okay? You fucking black vagina.
Who is Sally? Now she's referring to this woman with the black vagina as Sally. But I highly doubt that's her name. And I'm trying to figure out, is she still talking to the woman that we saw, that I pointed out a couple seconds ago, or is she talking to someone else? Because now she's facing the other direction and yelling that way.
You're a black cunt vagina. That is all you are. And that is all you will ever be. And you know this, but you don't want to face the truth, right? You hate it when someone tells you the truth, right? Shut your fucking black vagina.
There you go. That's the end of the video. So she went from one extreme to another, to another, to another, to another, and she's all over the damn place. She's arguing with people on one end of the train. Then when she's done talking to them, then she's talking to someone else and arguing with them. And she's the loudest one on the train, and she's telling everyone to stay away from her, to shut the fuck up, and being loud and being belligerent, being ratchet, let's be clear here, and being racist above all else. Referring to black women as black vagina, mentioning Barack and Sally Kemp, who we don't know who the hell Sally Kemp is. But my bigger point here is this, and this is something that I have been talking about on my channel for over a year. And I think I brought it up when the Asian American community got that hate crime bill for them in March of last year. And some of y'all can back me up on this. I said that once they get that hate crime bill, they were going to show their natural ass. They were going to start acting out in ways that you've probably never seen them before, because now they have a bill to protect them. Now, how much you want to bet that if someone swung on this lady, that she would have been crying, and the quote-unquote AAPI community would have came out and said that that was anti-Asian hate? How much you want to bet that those Asian ran Twitter accounts that I've put on blast a couple of times, and that what's his name? Andy No, the one his last name is spelled NGO, but I believe it's pronounced No. He's basically a male version of Michelle Malkin. If y'all are unaware, he puts out a lot of propaganda stuff against black people as well, and he happens to also be in the academy too. How much you want to bet none of them posted anything about this on their pages? And they can't even spin this either. Well, I can think of a way they could. They'll probably say that someone there messed with her first, but even that doesn't work, because what y'all just saw is the entire video. It was some parts in here that was uploaded in pieces because they didn't have the whole thing, but this was the whole clip right here. I'm sure that some other stuff was probably said when the video went off, because it's at the end, it's at the 2-minute 19-second mark of a 2-minute and 20-second video. So we really didn't have to see much of anything else unless something really popped off in the physical realm. Then I would have loved to see that. I probably wouldn't have put it on here, but I would have said this is what happened after the fact. But yeah, y'all heard it for yourself. And as you can see, the reason I had to do the stop and go thing with this particular video, because it's no way I would have been able to listen to this filth and look at it a second time. Once was enough. And believe it or not, this is my first time actually looking at the entire video in its entirety. Because when it was sent to me, I didn't watch it because I sat on it and wondered if I was going to do a video on it or not. And now I'm glad that I did. But this proves right here, without the shadow of a doubt, and I've told people this too, you do not have to be PC to be a dub S, as we can clearly see right here. I'm still stuck on 3 things. Who the hell is Sally Kemp? That's my number one thing. Why did she bring up Barack? Who was she directing that to anyways? Because we don't know. And the fact that she referred to this black woman or black women in general as black vagina. And I bet you she's one of the ones that's out there probably saying, oh, I have black friends. Well, if she does, I hope her black friends, especially the female ones, but you know, the men as well, see this video and check her ass. Now, how they want to go about doing it is entirely up to them. Let your imagination run free. It is what it is.